Good morning and welcome to VSA Morning Miner. It's Monday the 3rd of November. Paul, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, fine.
Excellent. Do you have a good Halloween?
I had a pretty good Halloween. Yeah, we had an awful lot of visitors because we decorated the outdoors pretty heavily here. So, yeah, about 300 trick-or-treaters.
Wow, that is a lot. Um, okay, well, in the mining space, it is quite quiet for company news flow this morning. I think maybe companies are storing up their RNSs for the start of the European Mining Conference season, which next week kicks off with the Precious Metals Summit in Zurich. Gold is still above $4,000 an ounce, and silver is creeping back towards 49 this morning. There's a couple of bits of news out from West Africa, from Ghana and Mali. Paul, do you want to start us off on Ghana?
Yes, that's right. There's Reuters had come across a letter issued by the Ghana government that indicates that the Ghana taxman and auditors are going to get deployed here across the space in order to check the books, as it were, for all the major miners in particular. And they're going to be looking back 10 years worth of production logs and 3 years of financial records just to make sure that all of the proper taxes have been paid by these companies. Because of this really significant run up in the gold price, and Ghana wants to make sure they're getting their cut of the pie for sure. So it's and this is going to audit period to take place between today and June of 2026 on these miners. So we'll see how this plays out here. Just as a caution to investors, depending upon how sophisticated the tax offices are in these various West African countries, may very well end up with challenges to the taxes that are paid for companies for which are not valid or ultimately found not to be valid, simply because the tax agreements that had been made by the various companies with their governments at the time were in fact legally sound, but the taxman, otherwise staff, doesn't have the same level of accounting training. So just be aware of that as we go through this process.
And then in Mali, I think it was on Friday, or actually Thursday, Mali cancelled more than 90 exploration permits for a variety of different companies. Obviously, issues in Mali have been well documented in relation to Resolute, Barrick, and so the issues with the government requisitioning licenses are still an issue there.
Yep, so got to be aware of that as well. So there'll be some companies scrambling in order to see why it was these licenses were otherwise canceled and perhaps making reapplication.
Obviously, Panthera has some assets in Mali. We don't attribute any value to Panthera in our target price valuation because of the Mali risk. So everything in our valuation is based on the arbitration and anything that the company might receive at a future date for its gold project is effectively option value in our view. Any other company news, Paul?
Yeah, just real quickly to mention two things. First off, Kazera Global, they had put out a press release that said the objection to their mining right for Area 2A on their Whalehead heavy mineral sands project in South Africa, that objection has been withdrawn or otherwise cleared. So now we're waiting for the mining right to be granted, and Kazera says it'll be soon. but we know from South African experience that soon is a relative term. So we'll see how that plays out here. But it's nice to see that objection removed or an impediment removed. The other piece of news to mention is that post the third quarter results that were put out by Vale last Thursday, which showed an 11% year on year increase in net profit, the CFO said on Friday that it was likely that they may uh, issue a special dividend this year when they make a later statement here. Um, they are within their debt covenant range, and they have also said they aren't really particularly interested in doing any M&A activity at this time. So any kind of extra profit, or what they perceive to be extra profits, that appears they intend to dividend out to shareholders.
Okay, Paul, thanks very much. We'll be back tomorrow.
Very good. See you then.
This podcast has been produced and edited by VSA Capital. It is intended for information purposes and not as investment advice. The information is intended for recipients who understand the risks associated with equity investments in smaller companies. Please do your own research and do not rely on a single source when making an investment decision. VSA Capital may derive fees from this content and seeks to do business with the companies mentioned.